Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zach, and here we talk about overlanding and tech. And I'm really excited about today's video because I got to go and meet up with Jason, whose channel's name is Oxfoot, and we did some awesome off-roading, did some trails, talked YouTube, and camped, and just had a good time. And so I'm going to share with you kind of his weekend setup for his rig, and this video is going to be super awesome, so stick around for that. Before we start the video though, I just want to mention that if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that means a ton to me. We've got a giveaway going on right now on Instagram. I'll link that all down below, but go follow me on Instagram and comment on that post and subscribe to the channel so that you can get entered to win either a set of traction boards or that air compressor. So without further ado, let's go check out Jason's rig.
All right, so this is my 4Runner here. I want to talk to you guys today. It's hard to see some of these parts because it's a little muddy, but let's go ahead and start up here in the front. This is my C4 bumper. It's the same bumper I believe that you have. I am running an extreme LED light bar here. It's about the same size as the Baja design, but it comes in white, not amber, and it's a lot more of a budget option. I'm running some shackles here I got from Running for Tacos. That's a company local to me in Colorado. I've got the Smittybilt X2O winch. You can find that on Amazon. You can find that really anywhere, any four-wheel drive stores. And it's a pretty good winch. I think it's a 9,500 pound winch. And I'm just running the standard hook here. So yeah, I think on the front, that's pretty much what I've got here. Not a whole lot of modding going on. I've got a couple things with the lights, but
yeah, I think you and I have the same aftermarket headlights.
Yeah, I have
basically
aftermarket LEDs, and I have a switchback turn signal there just to get a little bit more light coming out of there. And then these, I think just like yours, these flick back and forth from white to amber, which is really good because while it's not snowy right now in Colorado, it's snowy, most of the year, and in the snow it's really hard to see with white. So if you live in a snowy area, I think you should probably go with ambers. All right, so I'll pop the hood. This is a mod I did that I think is pretty easy, and it's a Smittybilt winch back here. This was about 150 bucks, I believe, plus the C4 battery tray. I think you could do this with really any battery tray, but it's about as powerful as an ARB twin. Not quite, but pretty close. So basically all I have to do is go in here and flip this little switch right here, and the compressor's ready to go. And then that comes out here, and I run this to the tires. But pretty easy mod. I believe you said you might be doing a video on this. I have one pretty similar, but mine was a little experimental at the time, so maybe he's got some stuff that will definitely be updated on that.
Awesome.
So another light, I'm also running these Bajas. I did have some Lights before, they were just fine, and I even did a video comparing these to my old Lights, and these were a lot brighter. I bought these for a video, and they're kind of expensive. I don't know if you should buy them, but I really liked them, and since I already bought them, figured I might as well go with them, keep them.
Awesome. Yeah, really, nobody has anything bad to say about Baja other than they're expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive, and these are even the sports, which are the cheaper ones, and they're still pretty expensive. These were, I believe, 100 or maybe 200 bucks. I can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe you can correct me here. But my Lights were, I think, $20, and not that much different in output, but I like the aesthetics of these. So.
Right, yeah. Okay.
Right now, I have, I'm still running these BF Goodrich 285 7017s. I may, if I can, go bigger, maybe 305s in the future, but I'm already getting a little bit of rub in here because these Ray 10s, they're a -38 offset, and they're a 17x9, so they're pretty wide, and they really don't fit in the wheel well that great. So if I go with the bigger tire, I'm definitely gonna have to go with a chop or something like that. I've already done the body mount chop back here, so I kind of had to do that to get these to even clear with the really wide wheels. But I love these wheels. I really dig that aesthetic of the, you know, deep wheel in there. So
yeah,
that's just my thing.
That's awesome. Are you running spacers?
I'm not running spacers. I used to be running spacers. I had the same wheels that you did, and I was running spacers on those.
Okay.
You know, don't let anybody tell you that spacers are super unsafe. They're totally fine. I mean, if you're buying especially hub-centric ones, you know, look at Spider Tracks. I was running those for about 1.5 years, and I never had any problems. Wheeled it pretty hard, never really had any issues. Do your own research, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't really have a problem with spacers. But with this offset on these wheels, you really don't need them. They stick out a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, I've heard that as long as they torque everything to the correct spec, you're fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, sometimes the threads can get broken off if some dude's laying on the trigger on some pneumatic tools or something.
Yeah, and I like to do a lot of my mods myself, but when it came to the wheel spacers, I actually had somebody else do that because I don't trust myself
right,
to keep it to spec.
I see. Good deal.
Speaking of stuff I installed myself, I put these on. These are the RSG. You can't even see them right now, but they're RSG.
Having too much fun in the mud.
Yeah. So I really like these sliders, and I recommend them to a lot of people, not only because they are local to me in Colorado. Actually, they're about 1.5 miles from my house. They have a lot of different options. I went with these flat ones without the kick out. You have the flat with the kick out.
Yep.
But I think if I was going again, I might go with an angled one. I think I like the aesthetic of it more.
I see.
But I would go with a kick out, I believe, just because sometimes I've hit, actually yesterday, I hit sliders underneath on something, but not that the trail was like extremely difficult or anything. I just wasn't paying too much attention, and that was my bad. But they're really great. I had these powder coated, but you can just spray them, no problem.
So what are you running for suspension on the truck?
So I started off with an Icon setup all the way around, Icon everything, but over time I found that there was some stuff that I think worked a little bit better for what I wanted. I went with the SPC, I believe it's called Specialty Product Company or something like that. Maybe you can correct me, but SPC upper control arms. They have a lot more, they're able to move a lot better, and the alignment, they can get the alignment a lot more tight. So when I decide to run larger tires in the future, they can get it to an exact measurement, so I'm not getting too much rub in either way.
I see.
I don't get any rubbing in the back because I do have the body mount chop, but I do get a little bit of rub up there, and I have cut some things and pushed them a little forward, but
might have to do that a little more.
Minimal rubbing right now.
Right.
But yeah, so
okay. Awesome.
Icon there, and then SPCs, and then back here I've actually swapped out for these Bilsteins. I don't remember the exact model number. I want to say 3100, but I'm probably wrong about that.
Okay.
They're just Bilsteins with, I believe, a little remote reservoir there.
Okay.
The only reason I switched those is because my Icons started leaking, and shocks tend to do that over at a certain amount of time, and you can either rebuild them or buy new ones. The Icons, I just didn't feel like there was a point to rebuilding those. They weren't crazy nice or anything like that, so I just went ahead and bought new ones, and they weren't that bad.
Good deal.
We can go ahead and start back here. I'm kind of reworking my setup from last year. I'm not really back in it. I usually camp with my girlfriend and we're a lot more built out, but I'm trying to start back from minimal this year and work my way back up so I don't have any unnecessary stuff. But honestly, this is a really simple setup and I think anyone could run these. This is, I don't know the brand. Let me look here. This is just a Rubbermaid bin. Honestly, I'm underutilizing this thing. It's a little bit of a tight fit. Maybe eventually I will go with something like what you have, but I've just got some recovery gear in here, some flat tire stuff for starting fires here. Yeah, I mean, just some
odds and ends, recovery,
blankets, just extra stuff. I keep lights in here. This battery died, but I think this is a really cool light. The battery's dead on it, but you can stick it anywhere and all these little things come off. I thought this was a really cool product.
Yeah, I'll link the video down below, but he's got an awesome video talking about just random budget essentials for camping and overlanding. So he talks about these lights in there and you can go check them out there.
Yeah, and I guess a lot of this stuff isn't metal. A lot of this is plastic.
That's okay.
You know?
I did the same thing when I was doing a video on that.
Yeah.
I had my magnetic like LED bar and I was like, see, it's magnetic, and I lifted it up and it was plastic and I was like, dang it.
It's funny how much you spend on these and then like half the frame is, or half the body is plastic.
Right,
you know?
True.
But yeah, I know it's kind of funny. I never really thought about this, but people comment on my videos sometimes talking about like the stickers up here. I don't really like the aesthetic of stickers all over the back of my window personally. So I did this.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, so I really like that. I might be copying you there.
Yeah, people, I don't know where I picked that up. So I just started putting stickers there and people always comment on my videos when I have this open, but
my cooler's already full, so I've got to find a new place to put stickers.
Yeah, you know, I thought for a long time, I've had this for a while and I have my sticker on here, my North Carolina sticker, where I'm from. And I thought I was gonna go with a refrigerator, but I just haven't gotten there yet. The inside's my next thing. I think I've got the outside where I want it to be. But yeah, I would cover this with stickers if I kept this. I may go refrigerator, I'm not really sure. But yeah, honestly,
right too, I don't know. It's like, I feel like sometimes a refrigerator would be helpful, but other times it's kind of a luxury that's probably pretty unnecessary.
Yeah, honestly, I'm really easy when it comes to cooking too. I literally just bring hot dogs and like just simple stuff. So, and I don't go for like weeks at a time. So
right.
I don't know, maybe it's not a amazing thing that would be life-changing. I'm sure this would just be fine. It's basically for a quad tire inflate thing with a little thing. Maybe we'll put some B-roll of this over top of it because I just don't want to put it on or take it out right now.
It's kind of weird to just film pulling it out in the trunk, but we'll show how it kind of is working in action.
Yeah, and then having to put it back. Really all I have in here is just some other stuff, and then I have some sleeping bags. Actually, I kind of want to show you this because I think it's a really funny product. Okay. I bought this on Amazon, and this is I mean, it has to be one of the world's largest sleeping bags, but this is a negative 30 sleeping bag for, I believe, like maybe 150 or 200 bucks. And you're gonna have to walk back just to get this in frame.
Right.
But so yeah, if you went with something like a Marmot or a really nice one, you might be spending $800. It will pack down a lot closer, but honestly, if you're car camping, this is a really good sleeping bag for negative 30. But I just thought it was a pretty interesting sleeping bag because it's pretty huge. I use this C4 ladder here to get in my tent. You can get a hook on here for a ladder, but I honestly just like this better. Then I can get on the roof and I don't have to worry about packing anything else.
Looks a lot cooler too.
Yeah, and I use this to get into my tent. All right, so this is my Go Fast camper. This is the version 1, so this is a little bit older. If you do order one of these now, you'll get their V2, which is a little bit different, but pretty similar. This was about $5,000. So, you know, consider that when you're looking at, if you're looking at a rooftop tent like this. But I don't like to spend a ton of money, but when it comes to camping, I do it a lot. So I figured the $5,000 was pretty reasonable. And For some reason, these tend to sell for about what you paid for them. So if you don't like it, you could probably resell it for about what you paid for it, if not more. Right. But I really like it. It mounts directly into the factory mounts, so you don't need a roof rack. So that takes off about 800 to, you know, a couple thousand for that. It just goes right in here with this. It has these extrusion points right here, and you can mount stuff like this ram mount here for your GoPro. It's also got crossbars up there as well, and I put my max tracks and my skis and stuff up there. And also have an axe over here as well. Anything that you could fit into the extrusion points right here would fit up here. Like I have a little level here. This is the Hopkins level. I bought this on Amazon, but definitely will help me get level. And yeah, I have max tracks now just because I like the locking capability up there, but I used to have X-Bulls and they work just fine. I had not broken those until recently. I tried to help a giant F-350 utility truck out and they cracked them, but I haven't used my max tracks for that yet. But those mount on there just fine. And yeah, I really like this tent. The space inside is decent. It's not amazing. It's got rear and side entries there, and then 2 windows, one on that side and one on that side. I believe the new ones have an entrance on this side as well, and the entrance is a little more rounded or something like that. But
okay.
The only downside I will say to this tent is that for me personally, I don't like the white roof up there because it lets a lot of light in, and if you sleep in like we did today, you get a lot of light in there. I've seen people that have wrapped that, but I can't remember if they fixed, or I can't remember if they changed that in the new ones, but I know on the super light, the roof is black. But yeah, 2 people sleep up in there fine, and I don't know, I really like this tent a lot. It's very versatile.
You get pretty good gas mileage. I think you get a lot better gas mileage than I do because it's such a slim
form. It's real slim, and it has this little, I believe they call it a wind skid, but it's just like a little wind deflector right there. And honestly, this might be completely anecdotal, but I was driving out to the shop to get this installed, and I was getting about 5.8 miles per gallon. On the way home, after I installed this, I was getting 5.9. Now, I'm not saying that it improved my gas mileage. I'm just saying it didn't hurt it for sure.
Right.
Maybe it did improve my gas mileage. I have no clue, but it increased it by 0.1. And that could just be completely anecdotal. I have no clue exactly, but it definitely did not hurt my miles per gallon. And don't go to GoFast saying that somebody told you that it gets better gas mileage with it. I don't think that's the case.
That would be an awesome marketing.
Oh, I know, that would be really good. But yeah, it definitely doesn't hurt your miles per gallon like a lot of more blunt tents do.
Like mine definitely does.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything on there.
Awesome.
I have a lot more stuff that I want to do to it. Sorry, I'm getting some wind here. I have a lot more stuff that I want to do to it eventually, but as of right now, I'm kind of just in the phase where I'm just enjoying where my build is right now.
Yeah.
Definitely want to get a drawer system at some point. I need to fix my storage. I normally pack way heavier than this. This was just me solo, you know, us 2 together out here.
Right.
And some buddies who wheeled with us earlier yesterday. So.
Right. Yeah.
Eventually I'd like to get it built up, but you know.
Yeah, it's definitely a sweet truck.
Yeah.
But awesome. Well, thanks for just kind of walking us around the truck and explaining kind of all the design choices you made along the way. So.
Sure. Yeah. And I'm sure maybe he can, you know, I'll hop in the comment section on the first day or something and answer any questions or anything like that.
That'd be awesome.
And I may do a formal walk around in more depth when I add more stuff on my channel, but I think this is the first rig walk around I've ever done, so.
Awesome. Well, I think it turned out pretty well. Comment down below if you have any questions for Jason about his truck, and definitely go check out his channel. I'm gonna put it down in the description.
Comment down below if you like rig walkarounds, because I like to film them and I love watching them, so I hope you all enjoy them as much as I do, because I try to do those on the channel just to share what other people do with their builds. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. as well as a bunch of awesome modifications that are coming, and gear reviews and DIY designs and stuff like that. So I like to share my designs with you all, and if you have any feedback for me or you want to see some sort of design, maybe I'll consider doing it to my own build, so comment that down below. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.